making headlines. The President extends heartfelt condolences to President of UAE following the demise of a notable figure in the UAE's royal family and government. The government unveils intentions to enhance the developments of Kudagiri Picnic Island. And the Tourism Minister highlights the crucial contribution of workers in the tourism sector towards its growth and development. Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmad Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. Before we start the news, I would like to remind you all to stay safe. There's been a rise in chikungunya and mosquito-borne diseases in some areas. Take precautions to protect yourself. President Dr. Mohammed Muizzu extends heartfelt condolences to President of United Arab Emirates UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, following the demise of Sheikh Tahnoon bin Mohammed Al Nahyan, a notable figure in the UAE's royal family and government. In his message of sympathy conveyed to the UAE President Dr. Mohammed Muizzu expressed profound condolences to the Saudi royal family and the entire nation during this period of national mourning for Sheikh Tahnoon. Sheikh Tahnoon, who passed away at the age of 82, served as the UAE President's representative in the Eastern Al Ain region, playing a significant role in regional governance and diplomacy. Renowned for his close association with UAE founder Sheikh Zayed, Sheikh Tahnoon held various distinguished governmental positions throughout his esteemed career, both during and after the reign of Sheikh Zayed. Survived by his 10 sons, Sheikh Tahnoon leaves behind a legacy of dedicated service and unwavering commitment to the progress and prosperity of the United Arab Emirates. In honor of his memory and contributions, the UAE government has announced a period of national mourning spanning the next 7 days. The government unveils intentions to enhance the development of Kudagiri Picnic Island in Kaf Atoll, ensuring that it can adequately accommodate and cater to the needs of visitors to the picnic island. On a post circulated on social media, chief spokesperson at the President's office, Hina Walid, stated that Kudagiri will remain as a prominent picnic destination for the residents of Male City. Hina additionally highlighted the challenges visitors encounter due to the lack of facilities and resources, affirming that efforts are underway to resolve the issues through sustainable solutions. As such, the administration revealed initiatives and plans which lay the groundwork to advance the picnic island. Kudagiri, an island designated for picnics and family outings, which was developed under the previous administration, was officially inaugurated to the public in February 2023. The island was developed with sufficient resources to accommodate over 500 individuals, including facilities to cater for the needs of wheelchair users. The Maldives expresses deep concern, calling it regrettable that the suppression of the plea for justice for Palestinians is being stifled by a single vote. It has urged the United Nations Security Councils to consider abolishing the veto power, advocating for a more equitable decision-making framework. Speaking at the General Assembly of the UN, Minister of Housing, Land and Urban Development, Dr. Ali Haider Ahmad, revealed that the call for justice for Palestinians was suppressed by a single vote out of the 140 member countries. The minister stressed that this showcases the inability of the UN to prevent and halt the ongoing genocide by the Israelis against the Palestinians. The statement released by the Maldives observed that nearly all the resolutions formulated aiming to stop the genocide were vetoed by the United States, US. It additionally noted that the veto of the USA prevented Palestine from being a full member country of the UN. On this stance, Dr. Haider called for the recognition of Palestine as an independent state and the return of land seized by Israel from Palestinian refugees dating back to 1984. The Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology announces the commencement of Operation Kurangi, marking the initial step towards addressing the issue of illegal immigrants in the Maldives. The launch ceremony held in Himafushika Atoll signified the beginning of a comprehensive effort set to unfold across all islands in the coming days. During the inauguration, Minister of Homeland Security and Technology, Ali Hussain, outlined the objectives of the operation, aiming to resolve the illegal immigration challenge within a 3-year time frame. As a primary measure, he said that the ministry will embark on a data collection initiative gathering fingerprints, photographs, and pertinent information of all foreign residents within the Maldives over the course of a year. Additionally, Minister Hussain emphasized the enforcement of regulations governing foreign employment, highlighting restrictions on job transfers and sponsorship changes. He assured individuals who have already switched sponsors to a pathway or regularization within the system's framework. He also said that with President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's developmental projects necessitating unskilled labor, the initial phase aims to integrate all foreign workers into compliant employment arrangements. Furthermore, Minister Hussain announced plans to empower local councils with access to the ministry's primary database, facilitating the maintenance of accurate records across the islands. He said that collaboration with councils will be pivotal in ensuring comprehensive information coverage. He also said that the post-initial phase biometric identification procedures will target undocumented immigrants, culminating in the deportation through coordinated efforts with respective embassies. Ibrahim Anwar is appointed the position of Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives. Prior to this appointment, Anwar served as the Managing Director of Island Beverages Maldives Private Limited and held a directorial position at Malay Water and Sewerage Company Private Limited (MWSC). Notably, he contributed his expertise as the financial controller at Islanders Group and chaired the Audit and Remuneration Committee at MWSC. Anwar's education background includes a degree in accounting from the International Islamic University of Malaysia and a master's in accounting from Monash University, Australia. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Maldives, established under the Chartered Accountants Act on September 8, 2020, is dedicated to fostering and upholding the standards of the accountancy profession in alignment with global norms and regulations. Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal has highlighted the crucial contribution of workers in the tourism sector towards its growth and development. The acknowledgement came through a social media post commemorating International Labour Day. In his message, Minister Faisal extended his congratulations and gratitude to the diligent workforce within the tourism sector. He particularly appreciated their efforts in advancing tourism, both within the governmental framework and the private sector. The statistics from 2022 indicate that the nation's tourism sector is poised to engage over 22,000 individuals, with a total workforce count surpassing 50,000 inclusive of foreign labor. Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development Dr. Mariam Maria highlights the collective responsibility to combat discrimination and injustice in workplace. She made the remarks during her address on International Labour Day. The theme for this year, chosen by the International Labour Organization (ILO), revolves around ensuring safety and health amidst a changing climate. In her address, Minister Maria reflected on the Maldives' 15-year observance of International Labour Day. She acknowledged strides in enhancing workplace safety and health. She also highlighted the incorporation of these rights into legal frameworks, ensuring imminent benefits for workers. Additionally, Minister Maria acknowledged existing challenges such as discrimination, harassment, and inequality in workplaces. As such, she underscored the obligation for all to confront and eliminate such injustices for the well-being of employees. Furthermore, Minister Maria urged contemplation on fair wages and safe working conditions. She also called upon the government to institute policies fostering respect for workers and to enhance workplace equality and safety standards. Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim emphasizes the necessity of engaging in global conversations and concerted endeavors to tackle the adverse effects of climate change. The remarks were made by the minister during the discussions held by the Coalition of Low-Lying Atoll Nations on Climate Change CANCC. CANCC initiated vital discussions in collaboration with 5 nations aiming to enhance the national adaptation plan of the environment developed by the countries. The workshop will be held within a time frame of 3 days. While the coalition consists of a total of 35 countries, the 5 countries partaking in the workshop are Tokelau, Tuvalu, Kiribati, and the Republic of the Marshall Islands, in addition to the Maldives. The discussion of this year focuses on the concerns raised regarding environmental challenges faced by the coastal regions. Speaking at the inaugural ceremony to commence discussions, Minister Tariq stressed the importance of global discussions to reduce the negative impacts of climate change. Highlighting various challenges the nation confronts due to climate change, the minister observed that erosion and extreme weather conditions are some common issues encountered, presenting prevalent impediments to residents.
I'm confident that this workshop, which was organized with these goals in mind, will provide valuable insights and actionable strategies to enhance national adaptation planning, in particular coastal adaptation efforts to allow our communities to continue to thrive.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy expressed confidence that the 3-day conference would enable countries to articulate their concerns while bolstering the capacity of nations to address the challenges arising from climate change. The workshop will be conducted with the assistance of National Adaptation Planning (NAP) Global Network. NAP Global Networks is an international organization assisting to formulate adaptation plans. Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation Abdullah Rafiu commemorates the government's overarching goal of hosting more international competitions in the future. The remarks were made by the minister during the closing ceremony of the 6th Asian Carom Championship. The awards night and the closing ceremony was officiated by the Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif, who was accompanied by Minister Rafiu, the Commissioner of Sports Mohammad Tolal, and the General Secretary of the International Carom Federation, ICF, versus Narayan. The national carom team achieved a significant milestone during the competition, marking a historic accomplishment for the country. During the team events, the men's team advanced to the finals, securing a silver medal, while the women's national team reached the semi-finals, earning a bronze medal. Additionally, a Maldivian doubles pair who competed in the open category also advanced to the finals, achieving a silver medal. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Rafiu highlighted the exceptional hospitality extended by the nation and showcased its natural attractions. The minister underscored the importance of hosting international competitions, highlighting its pivotal role in fostering greater opportunities for global engagement in various activities. The 6th Asian Carom Champions was hosted by the Maldives with approximately 100 players from 7 countries. The 7 countries include India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Singapore, Malaysia and South Korea, in addition to the Maldives. The yen edges back following another surge against the dollar. There fueled speculation. Japanese authorities had intervened for the second time this week after Federal Reserve boss Jerome Powell warned interest rates would stay higher for longer. Jerome Powell's remarks, however, were tempered by his assurance that borrowing costs would not likely be hiked again, soothing worries in some quarters that the bank's battle to bring inflation back to its 2% target would need to be stepped up. While U.S. traders were spooked by the prospect that rate cuts were still some time off, analysts said the Fed had been less hawkish than feared. The Fed also said it would slow down the pace at which it shrinks its balance sheet, having bought up vast amounts of bonds previously to keep rates low, which eased upwards pressure on Treasury yields. The comments came after a string of data at the start of the year saw inflation come in above expectations, while the economy and labor market remain in rude health. Tai Hui at JP Morgan Asset Management said that the statement and news conference should not come as a surprise to investors. Recent Fed speech has acknowledged the lack of progress on inflation and the desire to maintain the current level of policy rates for longer. He added that it does seem clear the committee remains biased to cut rates, but any policy easing will be determined by how inflation develops over the next few months. Soon after the announcement, the yen soared around 3% to 153.04 per dollar, raising suspicion that Japanese officials had stepped up into forex markets. It was sitting above 156 Thursday in Asia. The government was tight-lipped on whether it had bought yen, though Masato Kanada, Japan's top currency official, told Bloomberg News intervention data would be disclosed at the end of the month. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announces an increase in state bonuses for public sector workers but kept the minimum wage frozen at the equivalent of less than $4 a month. President Nicolas Maduro decided to raise the minimum comprehensive income of workers to $130, the leftist president said at a meeting with oil industry workers in Caracas after participating in a May Day march. The comprehensive minimum income comprises the minimum wage of $3.50 plus a $40 food bonus and an economic war bonus that will be raised from $60 to $90, ruling party lawmaker and former labor minister Francisco said after the president did not give specifics. The economic war bonus was created to counteract the effect of U.S. sanctions against Venezuela and only applies to the 5.5 million public sector workers in the country of 30 million. The increase has no impact on benefits such as other bonuses and unemployment benefits or pensions, which are pegged to the formal minimum wage that last increased in 2022 when it was equivalent to around $30, a sum now worth about $3.50 due to the devaluation of the bolivar. Union leaders have questioned this wage bonus policy, but Maduro justifies it due to the impact of U.S. sanctions. Confederation of Venezuelan Workers, which is critical of Maduro, also demonstrated in Caracas demanding a minimum wage of at least $200. The average cost of food for family exceeds $500 a month. Venezuela has been hit in recent years by chronic inflation. Maduro projected a 60% rise in prices for this year, and by the constant depreciation of the bolivar, displaced by an informal dollarization that prevails in the majority of commercial transactions. Venezuela heads to the polls for presidential elections on July 28th, with Maduro widely expected to seek re-election and his main opposition challenger disqualified from running. Paris Saint-Germain coach Luis Enrique is hopeful his side would still reach the Champions League final despite a 1-0 defeat away to Borussia Dortmund in the first leg of their last four tie. The French champions had more possession and more attempts on goal but were hindered by wayward finishing and perhaps a lack of luck. Kylian Mbappe and Achraf Hakimi hit separate posts in the same move at one point in the second half. Coach Luis Enrique said that nobody ever said it was going to be easy in the semi-finals of the Champions League. It is just the fifth game PSG have lost all season and the first time they have been taken under Luis Enrique without scoring. However, they can take heart from the fact that they have already defeated Dortmund at home in the current campaign, winning 2-0 at the Parc des Princes when the teams met there in the group stage in September. They also overturned a 3-2 first-leg deficit to knock out Barcelona in the quarter-finals by winning 4-1 in the return. Going further back, PSG knocked the German club out of the Champions League in the last 16 in 2020 with a 2-0 win at home after going down 2-1 away in the first leg. PSG captain Marquinhos, who produced one crucial lunge to deny Julian Brandt late on, told Canal Plus that there are two teams who like to get forward, who like to have the ball and who press. He said that it was a very physical match. The Brazilian added that it is always very difficult to play there. They wanted to come there and win but did not manage to do that. Meanwhile, Luis Enrique said he had no news about the injury which forced defender Lucas Hernandez off late in the first half but admitted it does not look at all positive. Hernandez appeared to hurt his knee while trying to stop a goal and attempted to carry on before crumbling to the ground and having to be replaced by Lucas Beraldo. Microsoft pledges a $2.2 billion investment in artificial intelligence and cloud computing in Malaysia to help develop the country's AI infrastructure. The tech giant's chief executive Satya Nadella is on a three-nation tour of Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Thailand and Malaysia to announce a range of investments in data centers, AI and cloud services. Microsoft announced it will invest $2.2 billion over the next 4 years to support Malaysia's digital transformation, the single largest investment in its 32-year history in the country, it said in a statement released as Nadella gave a keynote speech in Kuala Lumpur. It said the cash would help to build AI and cloud infrastructure in Malaysia, creating an AI center of excellence and giving AI training to as many as 200,000 Malaysians. Nadella said in a statement that they are committed to supporting Malaysia's AI transformation and ensure it benefits all Malaysians. He also confirmed the investment in his keynote speech, saying he was really pleased to announce the expansion. The pledge comes after he announced a $1.7 billion investment in Indonesia as well as Thailand's first data center region this week to boost cloud and artificial intelligence infrastructure. The statement said that research by global consulting firm Kearney showed AI was poised to contribute $1 trillion to Southeast Asia's gross domestic product (GDP) by 2030, with Malaysia predicted to see more than a tenth of that. Malaysian Trade Minister Zafrul Abdulaziz said in the statement that Microsoft's development of essential cloud and AI infrastructure, together with AI skilling opportunities, will significantly enhance Malaysia's digital capacity. Microsoft began its operations in Malaysia in 1992, according to its official website, and now employs more than 200 employees across its offices in Kuala Lumpur and in northern Penang State. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.
ರಾಜ್ಯಗ ಕೊರೆಫುರಿ ಬೊಡು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಮಕು ಗತ ಅವನ್ ಫಾಹಕುರ ಗೊತುಗ ಟಿವಿ ಮಾಲ್ಡೀಸ್ ದ್ವಿರಾಜ್ಯ ಗಡ ಮಿ ವಸೀಲತ್ತೆ ಗೊತು ಹಿಗ ಬದಲಿಂಗ ಆಸ ಆಗುಣ ದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತುಗ ಮಿಯದು ಆಗುಣ ಹೆಂಗಾರ ಫಹುಂ ಮಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಬಾಲ್ಯಾರ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ಮಸೆಕುವ ಬೇಫುನ್ನ ತಿಕುರ ಹಿವ್ವರ ಆಗುಣ ವರಬಡ ತೌರೀಫ್ ಪುರ ಏನೋ ಏರು ಆಗುಣಗೆ ಮಿ ಸಿಕುಂಡಿಗ ಎ ವಿಷನ್ ಇನಿ ಮಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ ಮಿ ಹೆಂಗಾರ ಯಾರುಗ ನಿವರ ಮಾ ಮಾತಿ ಗೊನ್ನ ಹಗೀಗಿ ನಮಗ ಕಿತಂ ಮೀಹುಂ ಹಮ ಸೋಷಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಬೇನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕೇನುಂತು ಕೊಮ್ಮೆದೋ ಫಿಲೋಸಫಿಯ ಗೆಂದೇತೋ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆದೋ ತಹಗಿ ಕುರೇತೋ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆದೋ ಕನೆ ಜಲಲ್ಲಾತೋ ನೊಕುರೇನುಂತು ದೆನ್ ಹಮ ಜೆಹೇತೋ ಹಮ ಫಿಲಾತಿ ಬೆಗೆನ್ ಅದಿ ಒಫಿಯೆನ್ ಹದಾಗಿನ್ ಅದಿ ಎಹೆ ತಿಬೇರುವೆಸಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ತೋ ಸೈಟ್ ತ ಹಿಂಗಾ ಮೀಹುಂ ಆಸ ಎಹೆ ಮೀಹುಂ ಕಾರೆ ಬಕಿಯತಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಡೇಕನ್ ಕೊರನೇಸ್
ಖಿದುಮೆತ್ತರೆ ಹುಕುರು ದುವಹು ದೆಗಡೆ ತಿರಿಹುಗ PSMNEWS
කොමිනක මෙච්චම එජහි නෝමන ගෝල් එයා ජහන් අය සෙලබ්‍රේට් කරන්නේ යා මේ එක්කල මොළවේ ඒකද පිටට කියන්නේ සාප්චෙන්
අලිෆාන් හාදිසා කුරිය දාරුනේ අලිෆාන් මේ අලිෆාන්
කුරියගෙන්ද
මුන්නියක දක්කානේ මම නොබැක්කොම
මසකෙන් නුකරා තෙබෙ නෝන්නානන්
රාජ්‍ය මියදු කර විස්තරයක වර ගෙන ගේගේ පුරාල් තබණිය ලාදා අලි සුලේමාන් ටීවී
මෙහර මෙහර ලංකා කුරුන්තරිය ගතුක ෆුට්බෝල් වල
كل كهاندا متاسمي كورا مولي كيكا
और من जलसा फशम मिहार तैयारो من दाती मिहार साबों और हम जलसा यतंदमु पूरे चिंता
सवारा बड़ा शुक्र है तो पैसा गुरु में मालूम आता है
आहारी उफा ಹುಕುರ್ದು ಕೆರೆ 22 ಕಡಿಸು ಮಿನಿಟುಗ PSM ನ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್
ಅವನು ಮಿನ್ನ ಮಿ ದೇವೇನ ಯಾಗಿನ್ ಕಮಕಿ ನೋಸ್ವೆರಿನ ದೇತೆರೆ ಅಳಾಲಾನ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ ರಾಜಕುರ ವ್ಯಾಡ ರೈಸ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಮೊಯ್ಜ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ವಡಾ ಗನ್ನವಾನೆ ರೈಸ್ ಜುಮುರಿಯ ಅವನ 7% ಇತುಬಾರು ಕರವಾ ತೀವೆ ಅವನ ರನಿಮೆಟು ಕಹವಾಲ್ ಎಂಗೇತೋ ಏಕಮ ಬಲ್ಲಾಲಿ ಇತುರಕ ತಿಯ ಕಾಗೊಂಡ ಏನು ಸುವಾಲು ಫದ್ದನ್ ಜಾಗ ಹಿನೆ ಅವನು ದೇವೇನ ಯಾಗಿನ್ ಕಮಕಿ ರಾಯತುನ್ನ ಮಿ ಫುರ್ಸತುಗ ಅವನು ಮೆನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತರಿಕ ಮಾಯಕಿ ಮಿ ದಿಬುನು ಕಾಮಿಯಾಬುಗೆ ಬೇಣು ಕುರಿಗೆ ඒ ඉබරතක බලයගෙන් මසක කොද්දේන වෙරියක රයිස් මුයිසුව වඩාගන්නවා PSMකි හගීගතුගා ස්මිය දරජිතුම් බලයගෙන් ෆොයි මේ channel එක වෙගෙන්නේදී
PSM न्यूज़ के हैवना हरी दोगे मुनासबतुगा रईसुल जमहूरिया गे नायब देवा खास इंटरव्यू हुकुरु दोगे नुवगडे सुम्मिनेटुगा PSM न्यूज़ सिंह
मम्माती असली मगे दम मरतिए अली को दिन मगे
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Assalamualaikum dunia ke kali ke morning program ka marhaba danawang dunia ke kali ke miad ke program ai ke badal kali agon hafiz abd satar dunia ke kali mi program ki algon men dunia ke mashton faha kolave muhim kan ta toga macha bala lage neste program e udon komme program e salga me ke neste ni waki maulu kan hasako ke miad ke program ke maulu ki Latin America ke gaum me kamawa Colombia en Israela golunta kandalong mi maulu Mimaulo agole itu tafsir tadin mata kalganda ki kami ke program ka bairwani PSM ke analyst Muhammad Jawad Yusuf amar hapange tat program den program fesh me gotung hala hivani